Let's dive right into this explainer, because there is a massive secret unfolding in Hollywood right now, and I promise you it is not happening on the red carpet or in the gossip columns. Nope, behind the closed, soundproof doors of executive boardrooms, an entirely different kind of entity has effectively taken over the industry. We're talking about highly sophisticated artificial intelligence systems that don't just, sit around predicting which movies might make a quick buck at the box office. Instead, they are actively designed to mold your deepest subconscious impulses before you even step foot into a theater. So today we're going to strip away the glamour of modern cinema and expose the hidden software that's literally pulling the strings of global pop culture. And it all begs a pretty heavy question. Are you truly choosing what to watch? I mean, we all love to think of ourselves as independent consumers with these unique, refined tastes, right? But what if your sudden desire for that next massive superhero sequel, or, that really comforting romantic comedy trope, what if that was actually programmed into you? Major studios are currently using predictive algorithms to decode human psychology, effectively engineering the desires of the masses. And by the end of this explainer, you might realize that the art of filmmaking, exactly as we once knew it, has fundamentally changed forever. To really get this, let's contrast the past with the present. For over a century, the old Hollywood gamble relied almost entirely on human instinct. A producer would read a script, feel a spark of inspiration, and take a multi-million-dollar creative risk based purely on raw intuition. But today, that human gamble is seen as an unacceptable corporate liability. It's been completely replaced by the new algorithmic blueprint. Predictive platforms like Synalytic, Scriptbook, and Vault AI have entered the chat. And these aren't just simple text generators. They are highly specialized machine learning networks trained on decades of box office data, audience reviews, and cultural trends. They are completely replacing human intuition with cold, hard optimization scores.
Thousands, literally thousands. That is the number of individual data points these AI systems break a single raw screenplay down into. When a studio inputs a human-written script into the system, it analyzes plot pacing, specific character tropes, emotional variance, and thematic density in a matter of seconds. It even calculates the exact casting combinations that will yield the absolute maximum return across global territories. The machine essentially creates a mathematical blueprint of human interest, outputting a precise percentage of financial viability before a single camera even rolls.
So in this new reality, the raw data completely dictates the art. If the algorithm detects that a character's journey doesn't perfectly align with the current mathematically proven cultural desire, guess what? That script gets rewritten. And it's not being rewritten by some visionary writer searching for artistic truth either. It's rewritten by an executive chasing a higher algorithmic optimization score. Under this system, the human writer is no longer the true creator. They're basically just the translator, hired to turn an algorithmic blueprint back into human dialogue.
But you've got to wonder, how does the algorithm actually know what we want? Well, it doesn't just read text and analyze historical ticket sales. It's effectively engineering the subconscious. These algorithms are specifically designed to map out human emotion, to understand precisely what triggers our deepest psychological reactions. They don't just want to guess what you might like on a Friday night. They want to map the absolute chemistry of human satisfaction.
And they achieve this mapping through something called neuromarketing. Basically, this is the measurement of physiological and neural signals to gain insight into audience motivations, preferences, and deep emotional triggers. Major studios are bringing test audiences into modern focus groups and literally equipping them with EEG headsets and biometric wristbands. I know, it sounds like sci-fi, but they are actively measuring signals in real time. Every time you watch a test screening or a movie trailer, they are harvesting biological data to learn exactly what scares you, what makes you laugh, and what activates your consumer impulses.
Systems like Vault AI don't just wait till the end of the movie to ask if you liked it. They are tracking the tiniest physical reactions of a person sitting in the theater. They track pupil dilation to see precisely when your eyes are locked onto the screen and when they start to wander. They monitor heart rate spikes to mathematically perfectly time that next horror jump scare. They even track the micro movements in your face to gauge emotional resonance. It takes the entire mystery of human taste and turns your personal sense of desire into a predictable, repeatable, mathematical equation. And all of this creates an inescapable feedback loop. It starts simply enough, right? You stream a movie on your couch and you react to it. But every single time you pause, rewind, mute, or abandon a film, your engagement is being locked. The AI then analyzes this massive pool of behavioral data.
If millions of users turn off a movie during a slow, philosophical dialogue scene at the 20-minute mark, the AI flags it as a structural failure. Consequently, a new, mathematically safe script is generated for the next production. The system completely eliminates that narrative breathing room in future content, ensuring your options never step outside the boundaries of what is perfectly safe.
Think about the last few big movies you watched. Have you noticed that modern blockbuster action movies are beginning to look, feel, and sound suspiciously similar? Almost as if every single trailer is contractually obligated to feature that exact same booming, blah bass drop. This cinematic homogenization is the direct output of algorithmic dominance. We're seeing wildly different genres utilizing the exact same teal and orange color grading and identical sweeping camera movements. Because when optimization is the highest priority, true creative variation is treated as a dangerous anomaly.
But the true cost of this optimization is steep. Making true art requires the courage to explore the unknown, the risk of failure, and honestly, the willingness to sometimes alienate an audience to make a profound point. But an AI model optimized entirely for profit simply cannot take those risks. It only recombines past successes, stripping away the strange eccentricities and poetic flaws that give a film its unique soul. Instead of challenging the audience, it produces perfectly engineered, highly sanitized products designed to offend absolutely no one and pacify everyone.
And the automation doesn't stop at the script level, it moves directly onto the screen itself. We are entering a fascinating, if somewhat surreal era that operates like a graveyard of digital puppets. With the massive rise of hyper-realistic digital doubles and AI actors, studios can just bypass the volatile nature of human talent altogether. I mean, why manage an actor with complex emotional needs when you can own their digital likeness forever? The industry is shifting toward a reality where legacy stars can be digitally resurrected or perpetually de-aged, all just to satisfy a nostalgic craving from the audience that the algorithm has already mathematically detected.
Which pushes us toward a completely new frontier: generative, interactive cinema. This is where the line between creator and consumer evaporates completely. We are talking about real-time, fully AI-generated movies. Just imagine opening a streaming app, and instead of choosing a pre-made title, the artificial intelligence generates a cinematic experience from scratch, instantly adapting its genre, plot, and characters based entirely on your live biometric feedback.
Because the ultimate end goal of all this technology is content perfectly optimized for an audience of one. Imagine your smartwatch is continuously tracking your heart rate while you look at a screen. If it senses your engagement dropping, even a little, it instantly shifts the narrative of the movie from a slow romance to high-stakes horror, just to fulfill your immediate emotional desire. It scans your viewing history and crafts a bespoke narrative specifically designed for you in that exact second.
All of this leaves us with a profound philosophical realization. The algorithm may give us exactly what we want, but it robs us of what we need. If technology can perfectly map, predict, and generate everything we want to see, what happens to the human condition? If cinema becomes nothing more than a digital mirror that only reflects our pre-engineered preferences back at us, we lose the ability to be surprised. We lose the ability to grow, and most importantly, we lose the ability to empathize with perspectives outside our own. So I want to leave you with a deeply provocative question. Who is pulling the strings? The next time you sit in the dark, watching a story unfold on a screen, ask yourself if you are truly choosing what to watch, or if an algorithm is simply choosing what you desire. It is a massive shift in how we consume art and storytelling, and it is happening right now. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep questioning the screen.